Hi there, Roman. Let's take a look at what you've written today. Weddings. Okay, let's see what you said. The issue of whether spending a fortune on weddings is a necessity or a waste of money has grown in importance over the last few decades. The essay will argue that the drawbacks of the matter prevail over the merits, using the examples from the royals and celebrities to demonstrate points and prove arguments. Okay, clear. On the one hand, there is ample evidence that a wedding ceremony is a special occasion for many, and thus an unlimited budget might pave the way to an unforgettable and luxurious event. Okay? Maybe luxury event, but I think luxurious would be better. The fundamental reason behind this is threefold. Firstly, newlyweds share this special moment with their relatives and friends frequently by renting an expensive restaurant. Okay, so what are you trying to tell me? So you can't share the experience with your relatives and friends at an inexpensive restaurant? So how is this a reason? How does this justify it? Okay, so I understand what people do, but how does this make spending money a benefit? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So my argument would be, okay, they rent an expensive restaurant. They could easily rent an inexpensive restaurant and still do the same thing. So show to me how this makes it imperative to spend money. Secondly, many of them aspire to underline this day and make it as remarkable as possible. Get rid of the more. Okay, and this doesn't require a finally because this is actually an extension of this. So look, get rid of the finally and let's say to obtain this, they might take amazing photos in uncommon places such as ancient castles and luxury yachts. For example, the huge sum spent. No, let's try it again. For example, a huge sum was spent on the wedding of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle in the UK last year, but millions have memorized this ceremony for many years. All right, so what are you trying to say? That we all aspire to be like Prince Harry and Meghan Markle? So I'm not really understanding your connections here, and I'm not really understanding why or how you're telling me that all of these things make spending a fortune on a wedding a positive thing. Okay, so let's see. And here, like, why do I have to spend a ton of money in order to do these things? Do you understand what I'm saying? So focus it back to the issue, okay? That it's a positive thing people are doing these things because they're creating memories that are unique. They are creating memories that will last a lifetime and will follow with them throughout their life. And unfortunately, many of these experiences that people want cost a lot of money, but because they say it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing, they do it and they're happy to do it. They say, yes, my wedding is associated in my memory with wonderful, luxurious, and once-in-a-lifetime events. Okay? So something like that would have tied it in better. On the other hand, although there is a case for physical attributes, such as a beautiful wedding dress, okay, and that's not really a physical attribute, it's not physical, expensive gifts and delicious food, the impact of love, mutual respect, and rapport cannot be underestimated. This is largely because these attributes are unnecessary to emphasize true feelings to each other. A particularly good example here is one of the French celebrity pair Sophia Loren and Carlo Ponti, who married without a stunning ceremony, but fortunately had been living a long and joyous life, not overjoyed. Okay. Moreover, there might be more appropriate approaches to spend a fortune. For instance, recent empirical research by the UK government shows that if only half of the world wedding budgets were spent on charity, poverty would have been eliminated all around the globe. Okay, that's interesting. I like the way you developed this. From the arguments and examples given, I firmly believe that the disadvantages of spending a lot of money on weddings far outweigh its advantages because the relationship between honeymooners does not depend on the wedding budget that has been spent, but on the love they feel to each other. All right, I had to make those changes there. It is also predicted that the role of a mutual spiritual foundation will increasingly grow in importance among people involved. Okay, fine. I like this paragraph. Like I said, I felt like some of the ideas here weren't really developed enough. They didn't link back to the topic enough, and so it needed a little work there. Let's talk now about your CV. Your cover letter, I'm sorry, not your CV. Dear Sir, Madam, I'm writing to explain some causes for my applying to the software developer position. All right, why don't we change this? There are more set expressions that we use to start a cover letter. So I'm writing in response to the advertisement for the software developer position in, I don't know, Indeed.com. Okay, that's a more appropriate way of starting this. Not explain some of the causes. Firstly, I would like to share a piece of detailed information about my qualifications. All right, how about this? Again, let's get rid of some of this superfluous language and say I would like to share my qualifications, or how about this even better? Firstly, I would like to share my qualifications which make me an ideal candidate for this position. I graduated, get rid of the had. I graduated as a software developer from Moscow Power University 2 years ago, and I have finished 4 additional courses about using modern technologies and computer languages in building up-to-date online sites and applications. Secondly, I would like to underline my thirst for new knowledge in the information technology sphere. For example, to learn my first computer language, whatever that is, I spent a fortnight in a library because I had no laptop at that time. If I had an opportunity to purchase a computer, it would only take a week to obtain the skill. Okay. Finally, I have a relevant background because I've been working as a junior software developer for almost 6 months, and I can solve any software problem rapidly without any deadlines. Besides that, I would be proud to work in an international company. If I can be of further assistance, please don't hesitate to ask. Yours faithfully, Roman. Okay. Everything was fine. I wasn't super thrilled with this, not because grammatically it was wrong. I just didn't feel like your development was totally appropriate. I know what you were trying to say, and I get it, but I think you could have come up with something a little more relevant to applying for this job. So I loved the first sentence. I would like to underline my thirst for new knowledge in the information technology sphere. And then what I think would have shown really enthusiasm and energy for the job, because you're just showing your enthusiasm and thirst for knowledge, but it says here for the job. What you could have said here is I would like to underline my thirst for new knowledge in the information technology sphere and my commitment to working for your company. Then you could say, for example, upon learning that your company utilizes XYZ software, I attended seminars in order to receive a certification in this type of software. That to somebody shows enthusiasm and energy for the job. Do you understand how it's different? So that would show a headhunter like, oh yeah, Roman really wants this job specifically. He's done his research, he's done his homework. So that's the kind of language you need here. All right? All right, Roman. So good job overall. I said before this was awkward. We do have some standard expressions that we like to see in a cover letter. So go ahead and correct these, return them back, error correction list, and let's meet up again and look at your next set of essays. Good luck.